Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Lampzay back again with another video, and today we're starting off our first FIFA 20 play review, and it is on King Kai Havertz, and he is definitely one of the best players in the game right now. Obviously extinct for the first couple of days, and it really just does show because he fits the meta so well. So if you are looking at getting him, I strongly recommend you picking him up in the next couple of days before the full release of the game does come out, because his price is just rising and he's just an absolutely amazing player in game. But obviously, as you can see, 84 pace, 78 shots, 79 passing, 84 dribbling, and 65 physical. Obviously got that Deadeye card on him at the moment, which does bring up his shooting and his passing. 84 overall, fantastic. 6'2", left-footed, 4-star. Bought him for 27k. Roughly, you can get him for about just above 30. And obviously, 12 goals and 3 assists in 11 games played. So fantastic overall. Right now, he's just an absolute jet in game. And now moving over to his in-game stats, where we all just want to have a good look at. So 77 acceleration, 89 sprint speed, 83 attacking position, 81 finishing, 80 volleys, 82 vision, 85 short pass, 78 long pass, 79 curve, 78 agility, 73 balance, is a bit air but doesn't really feel it, 82 reactions, 87 ball control, 84 dribbling, 84 composure, 74 heading, and obviously decent stamina as well. But that is the team that we're using him in at the moment, and boy oh boy does this team move. It's a really fun team to use in at the moment. I do play the 4-2-3-1 in the narrow position, so he does play as the middle cam. I strongly recommend you using him as the central cam. You probably can play him out wide because he does have that really good sprint speed as well, but to be fair, I just feel like he gets more game involvement when you are playing him at the central cam. I can maybe try and use him as a striker as well. I haven't tried that out yet, but you possibly can do that as well, because if you are building a Bundesliga team at the moment, it is a little bit shaky with your strikers at the moment that aren't really that pacey, because you got Timo Werner and you got Robert Lewandowski, you got Poulsen, but Lewandowski is probably one of the best strikers, but obviously isn't really the quickest. So really you're only looking at Poulsen and Timo Werner. But obviously moving into the clips that I've picked up over the last inside EA access over the last couple of days. So the pros, the 4-star combo, it is fantastic. It helps out a lot, especially in this time of the game where you don't have to rely on just using one foot. And obviously the La Croqueta, it's not as OP, but it still works. But I really strongly recommend probably not doing it as much as probably what you did last year, because it was just such an OP skill move to do, and I just don't think it's going to have that much of an effect this year round. Obviously his shot power is really good for some weird reason. He can just bury it. I think the meta this year really does feel like if you can get a really good position on inside the 18-yard box or just a little bit outside, and you can put 75% of the shot power, it's going to be on target or it's going to fly straight into the back of the net. I've noticed it a lot. The shot power is so OP. The driven shots, as you saw, are still pretty decent. The goalkeepers still can get to them quite easy, but if you have someone like Kai who can have a pretty good shot with the shot power, I strongly recommend trying using that as well. Near post is still pretty good. Far post is still pretty good, so at least you don't have to market yourself to only one side. His height is obviously fantastic, being 6'2" in the midfield. I know he's probably not the strongest player out on the field, but we'll get into that a bit detail in a moment. But the height is fantastic, especially when a lot of good cams in the game are roughly below 5'10". You think of like your Ericssons and your Madisons and all that sort of stuff. People with really good dribbling, but to be fair, someone who is 6'2" and has got really good dribbling and has really good shot, it's going to go really long way this FIFA, and Kai Havertz is just an absolute beast. Obviously the last pro that I got is his pace, because his pace is really blistering when he does get going. Obviously the acceleration a little bit on the lacking side of it, but to be fair, once he gets going, there's not many players stopping him. I know that was a good goal by Perisic. Boy oh boy is he good too, but overall Kai Havertz is a really good player. I couldn't really think of any cons at all. The only thing that I could think of is his strength, but his strength is still half decent. But when you come up against someone who has a lot more brute strength, even though he is 6'2", he does get bumped off the ball a little bit. But if you do have that front position, I do strongly recommend trying that left trigger. to shield the ball a bit, because he can hold it off for a few moments, especially if you're in desperate need of holding the ball up if you've got no reinforcements coming through. But that is pretty much it in a nutshell. Kai Havertz is an absolute tank. I strongly recommend picking him up now in the next few days before the full release of the game comes out. He's amazing. He's probably going to be worth around 60 to 80k in the coming weeks, so I strongly recommend you picking him up now. But nonetheless, guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, please do subscribe, and I shall see you legends on the next video. Peace out.